I've just landed in Rome and I've come straight to Church of St Ignazio or Ignacio, I don't know how to say it. But it was built by a painter whose name I can't actually remember. But you can see it's absolutely quiet. It actually stays open till 9 o'clock. And look how beautiful it is. Look at that. It was built in the middle of 15th century, I think. And it's not just a pretty church. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you look up here, all of this looks like a dome. It looks like it's a dome basically, even if you look above me right now, there. But it actually isn't. The artist actually designed it to make it look like a dome, but it really isn't. It gives that feeling of grandeur. And the artist, I can't remember the name, I'm going to include it in the description so you guys should check it out. But when you come over here, it's one of the places that is extremely underrated. A lot of people don't really check this place out, but I looked it up on Wikipedia and the place is just absolutely amazing. So just like this church, in this video I'll show you what Rome is like at night. We will go from exploring the Colosseum to checking out some absolutely stunning views of some of the buildings of this city. Rome truly has a lot to offer. Arguably one of the best cities in Italy, if not the whole world. But before we do that, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification, as it really helps out with the growth of the channel. Now, let's get into the video. So Rome is that one city that you can truly never get bored of. It has countless must-see attractions for every taste and age. Yet many visitors pack their daytime itineraries and end up missing out on a ton of fun that they could have after dark. And with all the monuments lit up and most of the crowds out of the way, I believe the Italian capital looks even more impressive at night. And in case you're visiting in the warmer months, you'll have the extra benefit of exploring a much cooler city after sunset. And upon arriving in Rome at night, one of the first spots that I recommend you should check out is this church. It's called the Church of St Ignatius and it was built in 1650. The church has a Latin cross plan with numerous side chapels, and on the ceiling you can see Andrea Pozzo's artwork that celebrates St Ignatius and the Society of Jesus in the world, presenting the saint welcomed into paradise by Christ and Virgin Mary, or simply known as trompe-l'oeil, which is an artistic term for highly realistic optical illusion of three-dimensional space on a two-dimensional surface. After that, I decided to head towards Piazza della Rotonda to have dinner. The views of Pantheon at night whilst you have dinner is an experience of its own. After that, I'd recommend that you head towards Piazza Nuovo, which is quite popular for its beauty, including the three gorgeous Baroque fountains, whose edges are perfect places to perch while eating a generous serving of gelato. It's also one of the biggest piazzas in Rome. Therefore, during the day it's really crowded, but at night it's completely the opposite. Trevi Fountain is another one of my favorite places to go to in Rome, especially at night, so definitely add that to your list. Standing at 26.3 meters or 85 feet high, it is the largest Baroque fountain in the city and one of the most famous fountains in the whole world. And honestly, I believe it looks better at night than it does in the morning. And there is so much going on in this fountain that I would recommend going in the morning as well and doing a tour, as it helps you understand the intricate history, art and architecture behind this fountain. After that, I recommend heading towards the central hub of Rome called Piazza Venezia. It served as the embassy for the Republic of Venice in Rome when Italy was not united. If you walk from here to the Colosseum, you'll run into this column known as Trajan, which basically commemorates Roman Emperor Trajan's victory in the Dacian War. It was completed in 113 AD and is a freestanding column and is most famous for its spiral bas relief, which is a sculptural method which depicts the wars between the Romans and the Dacians. The monument itself is actually situated in the ruins of the Trajan Forum, and definitely a sight to be seen at night. Trajan's Fora was the last of the imperial fora to be constructed in ancient Rome, so being here makes you realize how much of history is actually written by the victors, as this was built by Apollodorus of Damascus on the orders of Emperor Trajan with the spoils of war from the conquest of Dacia in 106 AD, and I have obviously saved the best for last. In my opinion, the best view of the Colosseum comes at night. The light on the Colosseum contrasting with the dark background makes it come alive, and it looks absolutely spectacular. You can also do a tour called A Night at the Colosseum, which takes place at the front of the Colosseum. Extremely informative and helpful for you to understand the historical significance of this stadium. I'll put the link in the description below. The first thing that strikes you when you enter the Colosseum at night during the sightseeing is that it's almost quiet, as it's only open to a small number of tour groups, which remarkably feels like having the entire monument to yourself. The only drawback that I could think of was taking pictures, and if you're on a tight budget, there is an unquestionable drawback that is far more expensive than going during the day. So that's it for my list, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will always see you in the next one. Take care.